Blog Talk Radio.
Looking out the window from a dope fiend's view. Drunk night binges, heroin syringes. Some ninjas live horrendous. I pretend to love life but end this. In the fight of my life, how can I win this? Spread my wings and fly away. I'm those with it. There's no place like home. Spread my wings and fly away. I'm those with it. There's no place like home. I'm tired of living, I'm tired of giving everything and getting nothing in return. I'ma let it burn. And I'm not concerned till I'm 6 feet deep in the dirt with the worms. I got a migraine in my maggot brain and it never goes away. That's why I keep saying the same thing. We all different people going through the same pains. Turn the world upside down and let the hell rain. Came in the game, sold your soul for fame. Another broke rapper, everybody knows your name. Who me? I remain nameless. Bitches, I like them brainless. Guns, I like them stainless. Still, when I hold the chrome, E.T. extraterrestrial, just wanna phone home. Tell God to send me a ticket, one way to heaven so I can come kick it. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's doors. It's a prayer for the lost souls. I hope you find yours. Spread my wings and fly away. I'm gone. There's no place like home. Spread my wings and fly away. There's no place like home. You know you going? Father, forgive me. You know what I'm saying? I laugh. I
pray. The fuck's up, people? What up, though? It's Guido here. Man, it sucks right now, but we lost a brother. Joel Haynes is a tribute to you, brother, this radio show right now. What I mainly wanted to do with this show is to get some motherfuckers online who were either friends with him or talk to him, at least. Me, I talked to him and bullshit with him on Facebook through the Suicidalist page and shit. Him and I, we mainly just got into, like, somewhat heated arguments over the Denver Demon Friday night battles or whatever that Demon would put up. What he'll put up is he'll put up one album against another album. People would debate. Now we get arguments with him like, no, dude, this album was great because it had so-and-so and so-so on. He's like, no, well, this album was just all so-and-so, you know, or whatever the fuck, you know. The dude, he was a family man of two children, wife, and he took his own life, whether that had to do with bullshit at home or from what I've heard, it was that plus the shit that went online or went down online, which I think is complete other fucking bullshit, you know, because the thing is that from what I've been hearing is that there's been a person out there that made a dummy eSham account and went around just trolling people, you know what I'm saying? And that's just fucking bullshit, you know what I mean? But I'm going to let 231 on. 231, you're on. I don't know if you're listening or not, but I want you on. But, yeah. And I'm going to let 773, what I think is Dominic.
Yo, what's up, Guido?
What's good?
Nothing. I think we should take a moment of silence for Joel Haynes. Like, stay quiet for a good minute.
That's fine. All right. So basically, from what I've heard is that this guy, he was, from what I've heard from Tristan, who's the guy that presses the shirts at suicidehouse.com. Apparently, he just sent out a hoodie that the guy ordered. He ordered a hoodie, and he just sent it out. And from what he told me is that Joel was gonna do is he was gonna send him back some old flyers and old posters and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so then that they can copy them and reprint them and sell new posters, but back from like old albums and shit. Which I thought would be a fucking brilliant idea, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just unfortunate that had to happen, you know? But with this happening, you know, like, this is the main reason why Suicidalists got their name. Because some kid in Detroit listened to an Esham album and took his own life. Not saying that happened to Joel, per se. You know, I'm not saying that, you know.
Yeah.
But it was because of that got in Esham more attention through the news feed and all that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't then until his group that he claimed as Suicidalist came into full effect, you know.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that this happened to Joel the way it did and all. But I hate to say it, but it is what it is.
Yeah. It sucks that he had to commit suicide. He left two little beautiful babies at home right now without a father.
Yeah.
And that sucks that he left this world like that, but we might think we know the true reason, but we have no idea. They could have been 300 different things.
Yeah, it is true, you know. That is true. But that's the thing with suicide is that there's people that talk to somebody that leaves the place, you know, that takes their own life, and then they feel regret or guilt, you know, because they're like, what if I could have said this? What if I could have said that? You know what I mean? And they themselves feel guilt. And I know there's a couple homies of mine on the Suicidalist Facebook page that felt that way, and that's why they've taken a hiatus from the group. You know, I'll go let 231 back on. I think that is my boy Jason. I believe he has to press 1 to talk. I don't know.
Press 1. Press 1. People,
that's the other
press
thing
1.
People forget.
I always forget to tell people that. Press 1.
Yeah. It is what it is. But you know what I mean? Like, the thing is with suicide is that, like, it doesn't just hurt one person. It hurts everybody, you know?
Yeah.
Because other people will get guilt and all that shit, and that's always a heavy burden to have on you, you know? If you just talk to the dude, and then, boom, they're gone the next day. Like me, I've gone through that with some of my friends and shit, so...
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it sucks. I used to talk to him on Suicidalist. Like, he used to comment on most of my posts, and most of the time we were arguing half the time. Like, with Friday night fights and shit, we always would fight. Like, I would always have a different opinion.
Yeah.
Same thing with
like
Denver
me, I'll have a different opinion every so often with that, and him and I will go at it, but I'll see where he's coming from, and he'll see where I'm coming from and all that. So...
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate they left, but like I said before, you know, this is the reason why we got so much attention, and because of this, I think what we need to do as a RLP community is to get more vamped and more together than before with this shit. I'm gonna let my boy Jay on. Press 1. Yo, Jay.
What up, though?
What up, though?
What's up?
Man, I kept trying to call, man, but it wasn't letting me listen to nothing. So I pressed 1, and it still wouldn't go. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just my phone fucking up. Anyway, what's going on, y'all?
Nothing.
Just talk about Cole. I know that you had a little story that you told me last time we hung out about you guys going to the same shows and shit and not noticing it.
Yeah, man. I mean, it just goes to show you how small of a world it really is, man. Because back in October, when I had first started out my little website, Joel, he was one of the first people who had liked our page and shit, and he told me he had some concert footage and some photos and shit that he wanted to contribute for our Nodis 20-year anniversary. So I gave him my office line, and he gave me a call, and we ended up bullshitting for about an hour on the phone. And I mean, come to find out, he was from Waterford, which is, you know, within about 10, 15 miles from where I grew up. So we ended up knowing a lot of the same people from out that way, all over Oakland County and Waterford area, Pontiac area, all that, and started talking about shows that we had been to, man. And I mean, the obvious one right off bat was that Clutch Cargo's the sold out Nodis tour for www.com, and you know, he was there, and he was at a couple of the other ones like the St. Andrews show. And, you know, me and him we ended up kicking it for a while, man, just bullshitting about, you know, back in the day and shit, cats we knew and grew up with and all sorts of shit, man. But you know, he seemed like a real cool cat, man, and you know, he had gone through a lot of the same shit that I had gone through, man. I remember him telling me he had lost a brother that he was real close to, which was something that I could relate to, having lost a brother. And so, you know, we kind of shared those type of things in common, you know, as well as our love for, you know, Esham and Nodis and RLP. So, you know, I mean, after that, you know, he always was a big supporter of what I was doing with my little website thing. And, you know, I mean, he seemed like a cool cat, you know what I mean? And it's a shame, you know, whenever somebody dies young, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. It is.
And everything like
well, like
that.
I was saying to Dominic, like I was saying to Dominic, with this death, you know, nobody really. The thing is about death that I've always noticed that when somebody dies, there's always a big get together of some degree, you know. Like whenever Michael Jackson passed away, you know.
Yeah.
How many people went out and bought Michael Jackson albums? Well, with Joel passing away, I think what we need to do is not, you know, buy RLP shit, but I mean, come together and get to know each other more. You know what I mean? Reach out to each other, you know. Like,
most definitely.
Like how I do with you, Jay, you know, like we hung out that one day, you know. That was like a week in the making, you know, because we both were busy and all that, but we hit each other up, got together.
You never know, man. You never, you never, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that was what I was going to say, but yeah.
I was just going to say, yeah, you never know, man, what type of people out there that you could be close with, you know what I'm saying, that you two got something in common with until, you know, reach out and try to get to know them, you know what I mean? And,
right.
you know, unfortunately, you know, I didn't do that with Joel. You know, we kind of just left it at that after that conversation. But, you know, all the times I go out to Pontiac each month, you know what I mean, or I'm out there on the Detroit side of the state, you know, ever since I moved out here to the west side of the state, I could have easily hit him up and chill with him, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, now in retrospect, I kind of wish I had and got to know him a little bit better, you know, because, you know, dude seemed like a cool person, man, and it's unfortunate that he didn't have more people around him, you know what I mean, when the tragedy happened, you know, and, yeah, man, you know, I mean, I'm my best friend in the whole world, man. You know, I spoke with him on your show before, man. I mean, he committed suicide, and I wasn't there for him when that happened, and I've always kind of carried a lot of guilt with me about that, thinking that if I would have been there, maybe, just maybe, you know, I could have
seen something. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. So, you know, it's, even though I didn't know him personally, you know, I mean, just talking on the phone and, and chatting with him on Facebook and whatnot, you know, I mean, it makes me feel bad, you know what I'm saying, to know that I could have reached out, you know what I mean? But then again, you know, I can't blame myself for that, but in a way, you know, it does kind of hit home with me just because, you know. Yeah,
that makes sense. That makes sense, you know, if anybody taking their own life, you know, like me back in high school, my best friend, Craig, he took his own life. And
yeah,
I went through so much depression, like started popping pills and painkillers and all that shit because of that, you know. Because he was my best friend.
Okay.
He was my homie. He was my best friend since I was 3 years old, dude.
Yeah.
Since like elementary fucking school type level best friend, you know.
Yeah. No, that's the same here with mine.
Yeah, and it just fucking sucks that shit happens, you know. And you think that, like, hey, maybe I could have done something for it. But the thing is that I've learned is that to not dwell on the past, but to move on, because with every victory that I do or I have, it's not just a victory for me, it's a victory for Craig. And now every victory is a victory for Joel, in my book, you know. And that's how I want everybody to see this podcast as. We got this thing going down we got this thing unlocked now, this radio show. We're not doing this radio show just for RLP no more. We're doing this for Joel Haynes. Like, straight up.
Joel was such a huge RLP supporter, and I mean,
oh hell yeah!
I mean, this kid. Every time I seen him on Facebook talking about RLP, it was like he was ready to fight. He was ready to knuckle up with people over some RLP, you know, like he was personal about that shit. He took it to heart in the same way I do, if not more. You know what I mean? And that's why I liked him. You know what I mean? Because I could relate to that type of, you know, people who take shit personally like that. A lot of people call it a weakness, but I think, you know, those are some of the coolest motherfuckers that you could get to know, because those are the type of people who are loyal. You know what I mean? Whether it be to RLP or to the people who are in their lives, those are people who know what loyalty means, you know. And a lot of people will say that, you know, to commit suicide is an act of weakness, and maybe in some ways they're right, but who's not weak? You know what I mean? Who doesn't ever have times of weakness? You know what I mean? We're all weak, and we've all thought about taking our own life at some point or another. I mean, if you haven't, then that just means you haven't never faced some real life shit that's put you down in that hole. You know what I mean? And some of us have climbed back out of that hole, and some of us didn't, but that doesn't make us better. You know what I mean? That doesn't make us better than the people who didn't. And you know, that's why I can't sit there and disrespect somebody for making that type of choice, because, you know, I've been there, and it was only, you know, the luck, if anything, that kept me from doing it.
Right. True. And also the thing is that my grandfather, wisest Italian guy that you'll ever meet, family man, perfect, awesome dude. He always says that you can never control your fate. Whenever God takes your punch card and hands it to you to punch out, that's when you have to go. Now, whether if God chooses you to commit suicide, not saying that happened, you know, but then that's what happens, you know. If it's your time to punch out, it's your time to punch out, you know. And
no doubt, man.
You know, whether I might punch out by getting hit by the bus or something, I don't know. Get in a car accident, I don't know. Get stabbed walking down the street, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whenever your card gets pulled, that's it, you know.
No, I definitely agree, man. And in retrospect, you know, if I would have known how he was feeling, you know what I'm saying, at the time, I would have definitely reached out and tried to talk him out of it. You know, it's tragic that that's the route he took. But, you know what I'm saying, if there's anybody else out there, you know what I'm saying, feeling like that, then maybe it's time that us, you know what I'm saying, I mean, whoever, on whatever terms, you know, start trying to reach out to people who we know may be feeling like that, and, you know what I'm saying, try to offer some more support to them, you know, because, you know, if that's the way you want to go, then that's fine. But if you're trying to struggle and find light at the end of the tunnel, man, then some of us maybe we could step up and try to offer some light or offer some type of hope, man.
Everybody needs a shoulder. Everybody needs a friend.
Exactly.
Most definitely.
It's just how it is in life. Some people need someone to talk to, and some people don't have the person to talk to.
Yeah.
That's really true, Dominic. That's really true. You know,
and how
like me,
I
really. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, because the reason I know this is because I feel it every day. Like some days I feel like I have nobody, and then some days I know I have people. It's just how shit is once in a while. But I know no one. Yeah, I know no one actually like it's just how depression is. Some days you just feel like fuck it, and some days friends help. Friends can make the difference.
Most definitely. And I think a lot of people miss a common denominator of not all suicidalists, but most of the ones that I've met anyway, all have some type of depression, all have some type of anxiety, all have some type of bipolar disorder. I mean, and that's why we relate to the music so much, man. Exactly. It's because, you know, Esham or Mastermind.
You and I.
Yeah.
Jay, you and I, we had that discussion whenever we hung out, you know?
Yeah.
Because you and I, we're both, like, on key point when it comes to anxiety bullshit, you know?
Most definitely. And I've been dealing with it my whole life, you know?
And that's why we click so well together when we hang out, you know?
Yep.
Because to be honest with you, dude, I was worried that you were going to be like, man, this little kid thinks he's a suicidalist, you listen to him. That's because that's what honestly what I thought you were going to be like towards me, you know?
I won't even lie, man. At first, that was the reason why I was hesitant to hang out with you first, because I'm thinking to myself, man, because I usually don't fuck with too many people that younger than me, because most of the ones that I know are fucking idiots, but I was like, you know what, I can't judge a book by its cover, and I can't act like I know this dude over Facebook, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to get a chance. He lives in the same city as me. I might as well hang out with the dude and see how he's laying. And I did, and you ended up being a cool-ass dude. You're a down-ass dude, you know what I'm saying? And we ended up finding out how much we had in common just from, you know, having a few drinks and kicking it for a few hours, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm talking about. You never know until you get a chance to know somebody and reach out to them, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Straight up, like, when I first started talking to Lucas, I was like, he seems like an asshole. But then he said that was the first thing that came to mind. He's like, he seems like an asshole. But then I started talking to him, and it was like I realized I had so much in common with the guy, and like he's not like my older brother. That's how things are.
Yeah.
You don't know. You can't judge a person.
No.
You have to get to. Yeah,
and it's hard because we all judge. You know what I mean? I mean, nobody's beyond that. I mean, we all are guilty of judging people, but it's just to recognize that we do it and recognize that we need to try to go beyond our comfort zone with it every now and then and just give people a shot. And sometimes it'll bite you in your ass and backfire on you, but other times, you know what I'm saying, you'll end up making a good close friend out of this shit, somebody who's actually on your level. And that's what happened with me and Lucas, you know what I'm saying?
Line. We got 313 on the line, you guys. We'll let him on. What? 313, you're on.
It's your boy Dochollywoodhustle, your world famous. Blah!
What's up?
Oh, what up?
What up, though, man? I'm just calling, showing my respect, man. You know what I'm saying? Sending my condolences out to George, little homie, you little real life homie, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just calling in, you know, my respect, you know. Family, you know, get over the, you know, the tragic death, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, real life forever, baby, you know?
That's what's up, you know.
And that's what I love about this fan base and these and ROP artists. Like, they're real. They'll show condolences to the family, not like when a juggalo commits suicide. No one gives a shit. But it takes one of us to kill ourselves, and everyone is showing condolences to the family, saying rest in peace on Facebook. That's what I love about this more than being a juggalo, is because we actually show love to each other more than anything.
I mean, just at the same time, Joel was a family man too, though. You know what I mean? Just like I'm showing my respect and sending my condolences to him and his family. He showed his respect and gave us love. From day one since I've been knowing him. You know what I mean? So I said, I'm just calling in, paying my little respect, showing my little respect, and sending my condolences out to him and his family and all his loved ones. He was definitely a ROP representative, baby.
That's for damn sure.
He was passionate about that RLP, man. Passionate.
Oh yeah, I noticed that, and a bunch of arguments. Don't ever argue with him. That's what I realized. Do not just let him win. Just let him win. Because every time I do something at him, he'll throw it right back at me. I'm like, okay, I only been listening to 5 months. Calm down, man. And he was passionate.
That's how he was. He's passionate. That's how RLP fans are. They're passionate about their shit. Because it's real life to them. They can relate to it, and that's what I love about RLP. You can relate to the music. You know what I mean?
Once it gets its hooks in you, man, it's like you can't help but be loyal to that shit, man, because it tugs at your heartstrings, man. It's real shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, I respect his loyalty. Like, shit. At the end of the day, like I said, what he did was definitely some real life shit. Pretty much. I mean, come on now. I mean, I know I have. That's why we all suiciders, but I'm sure we all have. Thought about, suicide once or twice or maybe 3 times before, you know what I'm saying? Hey, motherfuckers say they didn't. I'm sure, they fucking lying. I ain't the smartest nigga on the planet, but, that's real life, man, you know what I'm saying? And, it's a sad situation. It's a tragic situation, it's fucked up it had to happen, but, you know what I'm saying? It's all real life, baby. You know what I'm saying? Flat out. And then it did, Like I said my condolences to him and his family from the whole real life family, RLP. Wow.
Right. Yeah. You're right, Doc. It is true. That's what real life is, You talk about real life feelings, That's why I love Daniel Jordan so much, because he talks about anxiety and depression, And I can relate to that the most because I got anxiety and depression like motherfucker, And unlike most rappers out there, they don't talk about that. They just talk about, let's party. Let's drink. Let's get fucked up. Let's get money. Let's get bitches.
And that's okay.
I can't relate
once in a while.
Yeah.
It's okay once. Like party songs, I can like when I'm partying. I can like it. But like when I'm sitting in my room, I want to listen to some real life shit, like some Esham, Daniel Jordan, some real life stuff, like I can relate to. Not I got money stacked to the roof. No, I don't got money stacked to the roof. I got depression, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm a broke ass honky. You know what I'm saying? I ain't thinking about balling right now. I'm shit.
Like what? I wish I could be balling.
I mean,
now.
But music like that though, is I wouldn't say fabricating, but motherfuckers ain't balling like that in they fucking music, man. They, it's all like a fucking glamour, man. Ain't like I say, ain't nobody riding around Maybachs every day balling. So a select a few motherfuckers doing it, and a select a few that's doing it is very fucking small, man. And that shit is not real life. Period. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Right.
When we talk about what we do, what Joel went through, that was some real life shit, man. You know what I mean? And that's what we speak about in all of our music. You know what I mean? We all make good music from Mastermind, Daniel, Doc Hollywood, Esham, Nodis. We all make good music, but it's more real life than goodness for us. You know what I mean? So, like that's the way I can sum it up for y'all.
And it relates to the listener more than anything with RLP related. Anybody RLP related, you can relate to the artist. That's the main thing that I want to get across, with this whole radio talk show that we got going on here, Doc. This is listeners voicing their voices about the music, you know what I mean, that they can easily relate to.
That's what's up,
and the thing is with that is that not a lot of mainstream audience can't relate to their listeners, and that's why I can't stream mainstream. You know.
I mean, most mainstream listeners, not dissing mainstream listeners, but most mainstream listeners don't have no sense of direction in fucking life. And I mean, that's how I see it because, like I said, I'm from the streets. I'm in the streets day in, day out. And half of this music that these motherfuckers listen to, is, it's kind of scary because, for me living in the fucking real world and been to the penitentiary and been shot, then, been through it all, like, these guys be all off into this mainstream music with all this unbelievable shit, not saying it can't happen. Anybody get the fucking mega million, to get a lot of money and be fronting. But, that shit is just like almost like fucking paperless paper. You know what I mean? It's
right.
Shit is fucking suck. I'm gonna say it. You know me, I'm a nigga, I call any nigga out. You know what I'm saying? Flat out. And then you come to see me, nigga, you know what I'm saying, on some real life shit. You know what I'm saying? The music fucking suck. A lot of people, shit suck. You know what I'm saying? I don't even listen to no motherfucking ICP, but at the end of the motherfucking day, I even put them before a lot of these mainstream motherfucking rappers, man. You know what I'm saying? Even though them niggas stole all that wicked shit, from my nigga Eshawn, but, you know what I mean? This mainstream shit is just pathetic. Niggas running around here skinny jeans on and swag this and swag that. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Let the real nigga, let a real gangster, real life ass nigga in the door, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We not even trying to walk through them doors. We straight be in the underground. Where the fuck is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I can't relate to Lil Wayne.
Just trying to get up on a bag, turn off the radio to want to hear them niggas brag.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand how people can listen to Lil Wayne. I don't know if it's just my hearing or he sucks. Like, I don't understand how people can be like, no, he's the best rapper ever.
It's pop music. That ain't even rap or hip-hop no more. It's just pop, man. That's all it is, pop music.
Like,
That's
if
all
he's
these
the best rapper...
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Fucking pop music, man. These motherfuckers ain't even really rapping and shit. Like, some of the shit I be hearing, man, I'll be like, come on, man. What nigga y'all know running around this bitch talking about lukewarm and they motherfucking raps? Like, come on, man. We straight from the motherfucking hood. We ain't running around here talking about, I want my water lukewarm. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Lukewarm? Out of all the words you can come up with, lukewarm? Come on, 2 Chainz. Come on with that bullshit, man. Lukewarm? Really?
Right, Doc. I saw a meme on your Facebook one day where it showed a picture of Lil Wayne. He's like, good thing a nigga rhymes with nigga, or I would be broke. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude.
Motherfuckers are killing it, man. They're killing music.
It's like this. Back in my days when I was coming up listening to music, I mean, the shit was so fucking pure, like Sugar Hill Gang and shit like that. You know what I mean? The message, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. Like, that was like fucking real fucking music, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit, back in the days, man, like 80s and I say even early 90s to like about 94, you know what I'm saying? The music used to be so fucking pure and everybody had like a real fucking message in their fucking music where, there's no message in nobody's music anymore but ours, and I'm not, saying that or being on my team, but, you listen to, even with the, Venus Flytrap with, I hate being black or, I gotta leave Detroit, and you know what I'm saying, like, we have pure fucking messages in our fucking music, you know what I'm saying, even with a Daniel Jordan or, a Dochollywoodhustle, Gangsta America, like, we have a message in our shit, you know what I mean, where now these days, especially with the mainstream, only thing they want to do is just brag, and the thing is, what make me sick about it, they bragging about shit that's not really reality, because to me, reality is something that everybody can fucking do. You feel what I'm saying? Yep. So if everybody can't do it, that's not no fucking reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody can play basketball, but again, everybody can't be no fucking LeBron James. That's fucking reality. And the fact of the matter is, there's no message in none of this fucking music and all this, 100 million on this and, you know, made back this. To me, that shit is
black
not
and yellow, black
even
and
though
yellow.
It's real, even though it's real, but it's not real life. And it become real life when the whole world, even you guys on the phone, can go do that. You know, we wake up in the morning and go drop $250,000 on the motherfucking car, you know what I'm saying, on the motherfucking house. If the whole world fucking doing that, then okay, then boom. Now it become real life, become reality. But only when 2 to 12 motherfuckers in the whole black community is popping this shit off, you know, that shit ain't reality, man, period.
Yeah.
Fuck mainstream, I'm going to say it. I would never sell out. Y'all can't cut me no check to say, hey, nigga, leave real life, come sign to us, nigga, suck my dick, nigga, you know what I'm saying, period. I mean, I know that Joel nice, you know, we talking on some RLP-related issues, but, you know, fuck mainstream.
I think the only mainstream rapper I can listen to, and this is pushing the limit, is Eminem. That's the only thing.
I can't fuck with him no more.
I can't either. I'm talking about after Encore, I lost interest. I gained interest in Relapse. I'm like, okay, he's coming back a little. Then Recovery dropped. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Dominic, Eminem's only good whenever he's high and or on drugs.
Thank you. He needs to pop another pill. He needs to pop another pill to be good. I'm sorry.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
He was dope.
Even though he's in a mainstream market, like I'll go back to what old boy said. Like a lot of these guys is pop now. I put him more in pop. You know, you can't take his lyrics from him. The boy is cold blooded. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, whatever the history is between him and my man, that's one story. But you can't take the talent away from the dude. And even though he's mainstream, you know, to a lot, but like I said, I put him in the category of like pop rapper, but his music is kind of somewhat on the dark side too. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't even think this nigga even have a mainstream cut. You know what I'm saying? To me, my opinion, you know, I think he's in the mainstream category, but you know, you listen to some of his music, man, his shit is he you know, he still got that little underground shit in him too. You know what I mean? Anytime he's talking about his daughter, you know, Haley, and you know, whatever, his moms, and, you know, he be talking about some real-life situation shit. He be talking about some real shit, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's my theory and my take on that.
Yeah, like Eminem.
Doc, like you said with the whole message thing with RLP, you guys don't sugarcoat it or anything. You just put it blatantly out there, you know? And that's what I respect the most about you. You know, that's what I respect about most of you guys. Because a lot of people, they, like, sugarcoat it or whatever, or they hide it underneath something, like a lyric or two. You know what I mean? But you guys just put it straight out there. You don't hide it. You don't sugarcoat it. You don't make it look all nice and pretty. You just give us the cold-hearted, grimy truth, you know?
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's some real-life shit. You know, I could say some shit, and people would run with it, feed into what they want to feed in it, but at the end of the day, anything I ever do is going to be real life. I'm a real life representative. You know, for the record, there's no beef between no Esham or no Dochollywoodhustle, so people can stop saying that shit or even think about that. You know, that's my family. It ain't nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? Mastermind, you know, he going to always be not as a mastermind, and TNT, he's doing well. Just talked to him at the beginning of this week. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the family is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, it's pretty much all real life. You know, niggas just need to really just get their thinking caps on even tighter, man. Screw them bitches on tighter, man, and, you know, really shoot forth of what the fuck we trying to do here, man. We've been doing this shit for 20 motherfucking years, man, and at the end of the day, you know, like even with ICP and shit, you know, I don't listen to their music or no shit like that, but, you know, a nigga do respect they fucking hustle, man. You know what I mean? You know, they got their little family. You know, everybody got little family issues, but, you know, the motherfuckers is tight over there on their end. You know what I mean? And, you know what I'm saying? And we just trying to get real life back where the fuck it's supposed to be at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's on its way.
It's on its way. It's gonna be. It's big. It's gonna. I'm gonna admit it on the national radio right now. I'm becoming more of a suicidalist than a juggalo. Juggalo is.
Oh, I dropped
At the end of the day, to me, at the end of the day, you got the suicidalists, you got the juggalos, but the juggalos is a branch off the suicide. Without suicide, there would never be no drug laws. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Doc, it's like Denver Demon said. Drug lords are the stupid, retarded little brother that's a redhead stepchild.
Yeah, shout out to my nigga Denver Demon, man. He a good guy too. He a good guy too, man. You know, he going through a lot of shit right now, you know, but he a damn good guy. You know what I mean? So shout out to him too. He's definitely a RLP representative, hands down.
Oh, yeah, he's a cool cat right there.
Man, it would be good if all the fans...
And for the record, you know what I'm saying, with all the new nodders and shit, because there's been a lot of controversy about all the new nodders, I just want to state for the record, when we say new nodders, fuck everybody's name of the album, you know what I'm saying, I just, you know, advise motherfuckers don't put themselves in that category. You know, when I say we got a new nodders coming, we talking about a new nodders album that's coming out. We're not talking about a new group. You know, Nodders is going to always be Esham, TT, Mastermind. But there's also other guys like Dochollywoodhustle and, you know, Daniel Jordan, Mo Badders, a lot of motherfuckers that are participated with this unity over the years at times. So when I say new Nodders coming, yeah, we coming out with a new Nodders record, but it ain't for fans to be going all crazy talking like, you know, it's a new group, because it can never be a new group. You know what I'm saying? We just launching a next generation. I'm looking at it like it's, you know, we got real life. You got the first generation. You got the next generation. That's how I'm looking at it. But Nodders is always Esham, TNT, Master, no matter who the fuck be on the album. We can drop this record, it's still Nodders. Whether TNT or Mastermind ain't on the album, it's still Nodders. And they are still a part of Nodders until they fucking die, whether anybody like it or not. So I don't want the fans to get all misconstrued or thinking that, you know, when we say new Nodders album, everybody thinking it's like it's going to be a new fucking group or some shit like that. No, it's the same group, but you're going to have different cats and different new members on the shit, like, you know, maybe Daniel Jordan, Doc Hollywood, Kappa Trooper, you know, whoever it may be, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just want to clear that up for all the suicidalists, you know what I'm saying? So y'all will have a better understanding, so y'all won't be running around here all confused and shit about what it's about.
That's what I've been wondering. I've been wondering about that when you said new Nodders. I'm like, wait, a new group? I cannot see a new Nodders, like new members.
No, anytime you hear anybody say new Nodders, it's pretty much that means a new Nodders record is coming.
Oh,
now, I know new group, you know what I mean? So
I can't wait for that.
Oh, before we go, Doc, before we go, I just got one more question to ask you. There's been rumors on Facebook that's been going around saying that Poe Hussein is going to be signed to RLP. Can you debunk that for us?
I mean, I can't confirm that. I don't know what Poe Hussein doing. I haven't heard anything about that. You know, as far as I know, Poe Hussein is doing his own thing with Husseiniac music. And that much. So I really can't even speak on that because I don't know anything about that there. You know what I mean? So, you know, maybe, you know,
I just want to know,
I just thought, you know, like I said, you know, I'm Esham right-hand man at the end of the day. So I don't care who the fuck think we beefing or whatever, that's my big brother. We go through, but best believe if something like that was in the making, I've been the first to know about it or heard something about it. You know, because
I didn't know.
Like my nigga Esham certified, just like he's certified and make sure my shit is super official. When we release an album or anything I do, you know, he definitely got it certified, you know what I'm saying, and he give me the same love back when it comes to certain songs, just like with the, the Mighty Death Poop. You know what I'm saying? Originally that was going to be on the Venus Flytrap album. You know, so I had to tell him, like, I had to tell him, like, nah, nigga, we not putting that on the motherfucking record. I don't want him to really be dissing nobody on the Venus Flytrap record. And we're going to make this pretty much a solo fucking record. You know what I'm saying? You're going to put your best into it. And, you know, we're going to try not to diss no motherfucking body. And you're going to, anything else you want to do, we could do it afterwards or we could do it in between with the podcast and shit like that.
Okay,
but yeah,
it's about to cut off.
We certify each other music. You know what I mean? We put the official seal and stamp on whatever we fucking do. You know what I'm saying? But of course he's the boss, so he's got the main, the main decision overall over everything. You know what I mean? As Like, who don't like it or not.
And we get cut off.
But yeah, we're about to
that's
get cut off, Doc, so much love to you, brother. You want any shout-outs or anything like that?
I just give a shout-out to, Joel Haynes and his family again. Shout-out to the whole ROP camp. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Jordan, Eshawn, y'all make